I think Nathan should have got the second place locked in, man, hands down.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So yesterday we saw the reigning Olympia champion Samson Dauda guest posing at 13 weeks out, looking absolutely bonkers. And today it's none other than Keone Pearson who turned up for guest posing, and the man just lit the stage. So not that the condition matters a lot, especially in the guest posing. More specifically when we have 3 months to go before the Olympia. But just for the sake of fun, Keone won that over Samson Dauda. You are looking at one of the greatest physique to ever step on the bodybuilding stage. Not just in the current era, but throughout the bodybuilding history. And for Keone Pearson to show up in such a superb condition, in such an amazing shape, for 13 weeks out, that is like him pre-ordering his third 212 Olympia title. Because I have said this so many times, and majority of you guys agree, that the fight in the 212, that is gonna be for that second place. And the old-timers, guys from the 90s and early 2000s, they are gonna be very happy seeing Keone Pearson, that he also brought back the art of posing, which shows that he put a lot of effort into this posing routine. And the man is getting all the praise in the world. So one more thing about Keone that is gonna make all these guys happy is that Keone is of the opinion that we should bring back the symmetry round. And that is something that all these guys, like Milos, they have always advocated for. Now, as I stated in one of my previous videos, that this year Keone is gonna dominate the 212 class, probably like Phil Heath, the way he did back in 2013, or the way Ronnie Coleman did back in 2003, which is something that is phenomenal for the fans and the champ himself. But that is kind of depressing for the rest of the competition because they know they stand zero chance against this genetic phenomena. No matter what they do, it's gonna be Keone's show. Now we as fans, we just look forward to Keone making the switch from the 212 into the men's open bodybuilding and stand with the big boys. Now that will be really interesting to see. Him standing next to Derek, Hardy, Nick, Samson, especially Derek and Hardy, because all these guys are of similar height. More specifically Derek and Keone. They are two very similar physiques, and they both have similar stories. We know Keone is gonna be very competitive against most of the top Olympians even in the men's open, especially from the front. But now that his back has also looking very dense and very complete, there is only one thing that Keone needs to be careful about. His midsection has to stay the same as he tries to max out the 212 class. And if he keeps doing that, what he has been doing for all these years, he will eventually fight, even for the men's open Olympia title, I'm gonna say in a couple of years. But let me know what you guys think.
If you see this, don't change anything. Keep doing what you're doing, exactly what you're doing this last 6 months. Keep writing the same thing. Just perfect your craft. Come in, be 100% spot on, and you are fighting for the Olympia title. I don't care what no one says.
So that word of advice from Dennis James to the mutant Nick Walker, that must have elevated Nick's confidence level. Although Nick is already a very driven and very confident man, but as he's trying to step on Mr. Olympia stage after 2 years, hearing those words from one of the biggest voice in bodybuilding, that must have really helped him to bring his motivation to a whole new level. And this is where the fans' perspective that also comes into play. Based on the results of this past Pittsburgh Pro, you would think that Nick Walker is gonna have a lot of hype going into this year's Mr. Olympia as a potential Olympia title contender. But a big percentage of bodybuilding fans out there, they do not believe that Nick can win the Olympia, although they do believe that he can be top 3. But that being said, I do believe that a 100% on Nick. He is very much in the striking distance to fight for that Mr. Olympia title, provided that some of these other guys, they're coming off. So his 13 weeks out look, that is absolutely insane. Looking so damn freaky. I mean, the man is growing like crazy, while staying very lean and still with 13 weeks to go. And we have to keep in mind he did beat Derek in a number of shots, like for instance the back double biceps, which is considered the money shot for Derek, and also in the abs and thigh shot, which was something that was so shocking and so unthinkable before it happened. And we know Nick has the ability to make most of these guys look kind of small, standing next to him. as he carries a tons of muscle and a ton of freak factor. So his back double bicep, that is going to be among the very best on this year's Olympia stage. And the same thing can be said about his most muscular shot and his side chest. So those right there are 3 out of a total of 8 shots in which the man is very dominant. And the only weak shot that Nick currently has, that is the front lat spread, which by the way has also improved so much since 2021, especially the way it looked at this past Pittsburgh Pro and the New York Pro. So the big question is, even if Nick Walker does everything right, even if he shows up 100%, will the FBB and the judges give him the biggest title in the world? As according to many experts, he isn't the most aesthetic or the most pretty physique in the men's open. And they said that it won't be a good representation as the biggest ambassador of the sport. And do you guys think if all these guys, they show up at their all-time best, namely Nick, Hardy, Derek and Samson, can Nick Walker beat them? Let me know what you guys think. Next up, we have an update from Joan Pradesell. So this is the first time he's posting anything related to training or anything like that since he dropped out of this year's China Pro show. And that was because of food poisoning, as per him and his team. Because this is what was told through social media, and there were some speculations that the real reason that could be diuretics. But at this point we're gonna stick to their original story, considering that he was admitted to the hospital just 48 hours before the prejudging, and that itself could be life-threatening. So all he wants to do is to make sure his health markers, they are all in check and he is 100% fully fit, so that he can dive right back into another prep. Now it was a very long prep for Joan Pradesell to begin with, and honestly a very disappointing end to his season because it took him more than 2 years to build up enough size and density to be confident enough that he can fight for the top spot, for the top placing. And I guess China Pro was a good opportunity for him to have a great impact and possibly win that show and secure his Olympia spot. But sometimes things happen which are totally out of your control. There are still a bunch of shows left. If one still decides to compete and see where he currently stands among the pro bodybuilding ranks. So the worst thing is that we did not even got to see the final package from him, because that would have also given a perspective on whether the physique is ready to fight for his first pro win, or maybe he needs more time. So the man did look pretty damn huge during that entire off-season.
That's a good version of Nathan.
Yeah. I thought, obviously we're just judging by photos, but I don't know. I definitely thought this was second.
Ooh, yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, he's really full.
So the same media outlets who were calling out Nathan D'Asha that there is just no way he was fighting for the win at this year's Dubai Pro Show, those same bodybuilding media outlets, they stood up for Nathan D'Asha, calling out the unfair third place finish for Nathan at this past Portugal Pro. I am referring to the Menace podcast and the Pro Chat. And this just goes to show us that in most of the instances, there is no bias towards a certain someone from any of us. So Nathan got a lot of backlash, calling out the judges from some of his fellow athletes too, after what happened at the Dubai Pro event. But he got full support from the fans just 1 week later at the Portugal Pro. Now it will be interesting to see if someone from the judges panel, they come out and break down the Portugal Pro, because it isn't just the keyboard warriors calling out the unfair placings at Portugal. It was the experts.
From the side is very powerful, and I actually like Nathan's side chest very much. Let's talk about Nathan real quick. Nathan got third. Bruno got second. I think Nathan should have got the second place locked in, man, hands down.
I agree.
You know what? As much as we talked about Nathan deserved fourth the week prior, I mean, to Dubai, he should have never got less than second. I mean, there's no chance of first. I mean, it wasn't even close.
And what really was surprising, that Bruno got a perfect score to get second place, as well as Horsemdi in Classic Physique, which was in that same show. And as per many people, even horses win in that show. That was kind of controversial. Now, it is quite understandable on why Nathan D'Asha, he did not give any response after Portugal Pro. He would 100% believe that he was penalized for bashing the judges after Dubai Pro, which I know was completely unnecessary, because not a single expert out there said that Nathan was anywhere close to fighting for that Dubai Pro win. But after many years, Nathan was unable to win any show in one calendar year. So he really has to change something during the off-season, because the competition, that is only gonna get better and harder from here onwards. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.